What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Cinematic Wonder. Get ready because we're diving into some thrilling updates regarding Blade and the Midnight Suns that could reshape the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you thought the delays for Blade were frustrating, you might be surprised to learn the reason behind it. And trust me, some fans might actually be excited about the implications. As many of you know, Blade has faced significant hurdles, including losing directors, multiple rewrites, and even pandemic-related setbacks. Recently, it was officially announced that the film has been removed from Disney and Marvel's 2025 release slate, which honestly didn't come as a shock to anyone following the production drama. But what's most intriguing is the potential link between Blade and the Midnight Suns project, which could be a game-changer for Marvel. Old reports suggested that Marvel was looking to hire a director who could oversee both Blade and the Midnight Suns movies. This makes a lot of sense given that Blade is not just a solo character. He's supposed to act as a sort of Nick Fury figure for the Midnight Suns, gathering this supernatural team to face off against dark forces. So, why the delay? Well, it appears that the story for Blade simply didn't fit well within the overarching narrative of the multiverse saga. As we inch closer to Avengers: Doomsday, it becomes clear that the narrative pathways available for new stories are becoming more restricted. Essentially, once we hit Doomsday, the focus will shift to what happens during that movie and the ensuing chaos in Avengers: Secret Wars. Marvel Studios is aware that introducing new storylines at this juncture must be carefully orchestrated. They need to ensure that everything aligns smoothly with the ongoing multiverse narrative, and sadly, Blade didn't meet those criteria. However, here's the exciting part. While the story of Blade might not work solo, it could very well serve as a launching pad for the Midnight Suns. This team is rich in lore and features several characters that could tie into the multiverse saga, potentially allowing Blade to still make his mark in the MCU, albeit through a collective effort rather than as a standalone hero. In a surprising twist, it appears that Midnight Suns might be on the fast track rather than being sidelined along with Blade. According to industry insider Daniel RPK, Marvel Studios is actively searching for a director for the Midnight Suns film, which indicates that the project is still very much alive. This raises the question, how does Blade fit into all this? Given that Blade is meant to lead this supernatural team, it's reasonable to think that the characters within the Midnight Suns could be introduced without the necessity of Blade leading the charge initially. Marvel may have found a way to pivot the storytelling to allow for the introduction of new characters while keeping Blade in the mix. Adding another layer to this already intricate web is the recent news regarding Mahershala Ali's state of mind. While many fans were concerned that the delays would lead him to drop out, reports indicate that Ali is quite pleased with the direction of the film. In fact, he's said to be very happy and excited about the current trajectory of Blade, despite the setbacks. This is a positive sign. His commitment could mean that Marvel is making the right choices, ensuring the film is as strong as possible before it finally sees the light of day. Kevin Feige has made it clear that Marvel won't rush Blade into theaters unless they're confident in delivering a quality film. This commitment to quality is reassuring, especially given how fans have reacted to some of Marvel's recent offerings. Let's pivot a bit and talk about one of the most exciting possibilities within the Midnight Suns narrative: the inclusion of Ghost Rider. If Blade serves as the anchor for the team, then Ghost Rider could easily fit into the mix, bringing with him a rich lore and a fan-favorite status that would elevate the film. Interestingly, Ghost Rider could be introduced without a full origin story, much like how Wonder Woman was handled in Batman v Superman. Imagine if Ghost Rider appears in the Midnight Suns film and later receives his own solo project that dives into his backstory. This could be a clever way to establish his character without spending too much time on exposition. Now, some fans might wonder, can they really pull this off? Would it be effective to introduce characters like Blade and Ghost Rider in this way? I think it absolutely could work, especially since both characters have compelling backstories that could easily be hinted at through flashbacks or dialogue. For instance, Blade is ageless, having been born in 1929, which opens up opportunities for his story to take place in different eras. Originally, There were talks that the Blade movie might be set in the past, perhaps in the 1960s. That concept could still hold water even if he's introduced as part of the Midnight Suns team. Similarly, Ghost Rider's immortal status allows for a flexible narrative. There have been instances in the comics where Ghost Rider has died, only to return from hell. The character can easily fit into different timelines, making it plausible for him to have a history that spans decades or even centuries. So, how can Marvel effectively convey these characters' origins while also pushing the plot forward? Flashbacks could serve as an excellent narrative tool. By incorporating flashbacks into the Midnight Suns storyline, they could offer glimpses into Blade's and Ghost Rider's pasts, enriching the audience's understanding of who they are without derailing the main story. But here's the million-dollar question. How do fans feel about this approach? Would you prefer to see Blade and Ghost Rider introduced first in their own solo films before they join the Midnight Suns? Or do you think Marvel should take the risk of weaving them into the team narrative right away? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Comment down below and let's get a discussion going. As we look ahead, it's clear that timing is crucial for the Midnight Suns and the MCU at large. With Avengers, Secret Wars on the horizon, introducing these supernatural characters could provide a unique angle on the impending conflict against Doctor Doom. The Midnight Suns are all about magic and the supernatural, and with Doom's sorcery being a key component of his character, having them involved makes perfect sense. Doctor Strange will likely be a significant player in the Midnight Suns, perhaps even taking on a leadership role initially before Blade steps in. This could allow for a gradual build-up to Blade's eventual prominence in the MCU, leading the Midnight Suns in the climactic battle against Doom. In summary, while the delays for Blade may seem disheartening, they could pave the way for an even richer introduction of characters in the Midnight Suns. With Marvel Studios actively seeking a director and Mahershala Ali expressing his excitement for the project, the future looks promising. What do you think? Will Marvel's strategic approach to introducing characters like Blade and Ghost Rider work? Should they be part of the Midnight Suns narrative? Or would solo films be the way to go? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates on the MCU and everything happening in the world of cinema. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next from the Cinematic Wonder. Until next time, keep the excitement alive, and let's gear up for an epic ride through the Marvel Universe.